So, it's another episode of Driving Perilously, thinking about deep thoughts and feeling the need to practice being on camera instead of paying attention to what I'm doing, and hopefully I won't hit anybody. So today I'm thinking about gender roles, or what we would say in biology with animals, sexual dimorphism. In other words, the men being very different than the girls, the men being very different than the women, boys being different than the girls, the male cardinal being brighter than the female cardinal, the difference between the two. So we've got two sexes. Most people agree on that. The people that don't agree on that are using their heart and not their head. But whatever. We all have hearts and we all have heads, so I guess that's understandable. So, male and female. A while back, I realized that a lot of the things that are attributed to female are acculturations or additions, things that males and females can both do. I think I really thought about it when I was losing my hair. It's acceptable for a man to be bald. It's not really acceptable for a woman to be bald. Although right now there's a little wiggle room on that, just a little wiggle room on that, particularly with black women with big earrings or pretty makeup or some other feminine feature, quote, feminine feature, then they're able to get away with it. And it looks nice, and people go, oh, okay, because, you know, you're not allowed to criticize a black woman. And style-wise, opinion-wise, you know, when they're dressed up and swishy skirts and bright colors and earrings and makeup, you know, they can look beautiful and bald. But of course, beautiful is a decision, it's a choice, it's what's going on right now. It's not something biological like male and female are. So what I mean is, if we think that good hair is female, well, you know, a man can wear a wig, and if they're not going bald, a man's hair can be styled just like whatever style is appropriate for women at the time. Anybody can put on eyeshadow, anybody can wear a dress. So the things that we think of as feminine, those things can be things that you put on as opposed to what you are. But if we go a little deeper from another avenue, like an archetypal narrative avenue, stories that star men, protagonists that are men, are about doing things, becoming a man, becoming a hero. You get bit by the radioactive spider, you start doing things. You leave home, you go and fight the lion or the hydra, and you become a hero. Whereas women archetypes, and I don't know how ancient this is, but women archetypes, it's about who they are. So they're graceful, they're the real princess, even if they don't look like a princess, or they have some kind of nobility, some kind of innate who they are, whereas the men, it's what they do. But how does that relate to male and female from a biological standpoint? I don't know. So, if we look at how men and women are shaped, we look at what men and women can do that the other one can't do. impregnate or bear a child. You know, those are the deepest levels of the difference between the two. And all the other things come later. I noticed in westernized or Americanized Islamic families where the women are dressed extremely modestly, like covered up. They don't want to show their hair, or maybe they don't want to show the shape of their body, the hourglass shape. They don't want to show that. In that case, the girls that I've noticed in this subculture, you know, it's a small group of people, but what I've noticed in this subculture is the girls can wear, quote, normal clothes, and then as a woman matures, then she needs to hide her sexuality, contrasting with the Western ideal or Western thought that babies are all alike, so they can all wear those lace dresses until they grow up a little bit, and then the boys will wear shorts and the girls will continue to wear skirts and dresses. So in one way of thinking, the Muslim subculture of Islamic people in a Western society, the femininity is something that comes later. So therefore the little girl can just wear normal clothes. She doesn't have to hide her femininity. Whereas in all the babies wearing these christening gowns in the medieval European tradition, I guess, masculinity is something that comes later. So that's two different ways of addressing the differences between male and female. But back to the people who are confused, and we know who the author of confusion is. Male and female is dimorphism. Male and female is either or. Male or female is one or the other. Whereas color, I've known my whole life, is not. We say black and white. That's leaving out a lot of people. You say male and female, you're not leaving out many people. The people that are confused about that felt oppressed, and other people with bad intentions or confusion or both picked up on that and decided to create this idea that there are many, many, many genders, sexualities, rather than men and women have babies. It's true that men and women can do other things besides come together and have babies, but that's biology. And in the quest to be above biology, there's an arrogance, a hubris, and a cloudy judgment that is so haughty, is so ridiculous, is so against nature. Whether you believe in God or not, it's flouting, it's flaunting, it's ignoring that up is up and down is down. And for some reason, these rich white people who want to feel bad for everybody, who think that their bad feeling, who think that their sympathy is valuable, who value their hearts much more than the people that they pretend to care about, it's really gotten ridiculous. A man and a woman can have a child of any color. But a man and a woman are pretty much gonna have either a boy or a girl. It's a question of two versus a continuum. And why people can't see that, I don't know. It's a question of looking at the film in black and white or looking at the film in color. The world is in color. All right, so there's my rant for the day. I'm almost at work. Well, almost, kind of, almost. And I haven't hit anybody yet. So there's my thoughts today on gender and the current confusion. And someday I'd like to talk about what Hollywood has done. Have they reflected what we already thought and then taken us to a new place? Probably. Or have they made the public think a certain way? All right. Bye, everybody. Take care, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else.